Welcome to UK Theme Parks and welcome back to Thorpe Park Resort. It's the last day of the season here at Thorpe Park Resort and we are inside the park for today's Hyperia update. As you can see on the screen now, it is the final piece of the turnaround going into place. So last week we managed to catch the incredible turn as that went into place, and this week we're here to see that part capped off. There is still a lot of this coaster left to go up, but this is a really impressive element and drop coming out of it as well. And yeah, it just looks insane now it's complete. It's at such a weird sort of shape and angle as well. When you only get up close to it and you see the directional changes in which this is going to make, it's just something else. It really is something else. So as you follow the track around here, you can see, it cuts back in on itself, back under, before making the dive back down. And even coming out of that dive at the base, you could see exactly what kind of angle this is going to take. I mean, look at that, look at that. It does look spectacular up close. You can see it from the motorway as well. Again, when you look at it from the motorway and you look at the angles, it's just something really different. So this is the final piece being lifted into place before moving on, and we'll have a look at the maintenance building, which is still going up. Not a lot has changed on here, to be honest with you. We are probably getting better views from the side down from there, and of course over at the station area as well, where again very little has changed, but work is progressing around this site quite a lot, particularly groundwork leading across along to the station. So we're expecting a little bit more to happen in this area over the next couple of weeks. Now, as I said, all our update this time has come from inside the park. The last couple have been from outside the park, so we did want to mix it up a bit for the last day of the season. And then this is the site, like, you wouldn't think anything was going on, to be honest with you, but it is indeed. A lot of clearing is going on. You can still see they're installing footers and they're installing groundwork already for when the coaster track starts coming along this way, and it won't be long now. More track is on site, so although the turnaround point is up, we are expecting more very soon. As we already know, in storage, the base and the top of the lift hill is also there, and I think that will probably be not far away. But the next part to be installed is the part to be going on these supports, which are already up and in place, which you can see on the screen now. So at the end of this video, we're also going to show you some stills as well. We can get a little bit closer with the stills and you'll be able to see exactly the process for the last piece of track going up. The last piece of track for the turnaround going on, which is really exciting to see, because this is one of the, if not the key element of the ride. So it really was fantastic to see it going up today. We managed to catch it before the weather hit as well. We're due a storm over the next couple of days, so I'm not sure how much work will be done, but I have to say these guys seem to be working through thick and thin to get this coaster up and running. Groundwork, as we said, very much ongoing. So here's a look over the side then at the turnaround point. As you can see it go up, and you can see that insane route it takes. It sort of cuts back in on itself and then dives back down to the other side. I don't know. I just can't see how this is not going to be one of the most thrilling elements out there. I've not seen something quite like it. I know we've got various sort of loops and dive loops and things, but this one just looks really unique and has a really weird angle when you consider particularly the openness of the trains as well. I genuinely can't wait for this. It is going to be incredible. And as you can see here, we have a close-up of the track being put into place, and you'll see in the pictures in a moment that indeed it was bolted in, and this was the primary work of the day. This was right at the end of the day. This was happening on the final day of the season, which would have been yesterday to this video going up, the 31st of October, Halloween. But it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant to watch. We were lucky enough to watch Stealth be topped off back in the day, We got pictures and everything from that as well. But yeah, this is the pictures from this, and you can see the track going up. I mean, that side view alone is just stunning, absolutely stunning. And this is as the final bit of track is being lifted and put into place. So from the side, actually, it looked like it was there, but it actually wasn't quite into place yet. But this really shows the angle of the track. The pictures show exactly the route the train's going to take. And of course, here is the track going into place. It did seem to take a little bit of time to get it into place, but they did hammer the bolts in. It was done by the time night fell for Halloween, and by the time we left the park, they were all done and dusted. So like a perfect jigsaw puzzle that these roller coasters are, in it went, in it was bolted, and off we go. So this is the base of the drop part as it heads off into the next element. And you know, again, you can see the angle in which it comes down and then the sharp turnaround it's going to take coming out of the drop. And here's a look, a wider look at it being bolted into place as the track realigns both sides, or certainly the other side was done first before this side went in. It just, yeah, I am really lost for words on this coaster. I think when we all saw it first, we all thought maybe it's a bit short. We weren't really sure about it. And then when we saw the model and the pictures, it did become really, really evident that there was going to be something special about this. And this part that they've put up now that everyone's been able to see at the park, and you can see from the motorway, you know, it's not just a lift hill. This is a real element. It's really highlighting just how great this coaster is going to be. So as we said, we can see the supports in place, which is the suspected part of the next track. And of course, we can see the station building as well, which has kind of reached a point where you'll be looking for it now to be enclosed, probably before they install too much more track. But again, it'll be interesting to see where they started at the back of the site. And, you know, it's not normal to start there. It is normal to start with the station and indeed lift hill coming out the station. I don't think I've followed many coaster constructions, if any, that haven't started in that area. Perhaps the retrack and Nemesis is a example of one that's gone backwards, but that's mainly due to the refurbishment of the lift hill rather than a new one. But generally, I don't think I've seen a coaster, certainly in this country, being built that I've followed that does it this way round. Here are the bolts going into the track. As you can see, the straps are on there to hold it into place, and the massive crane that's used to get this in there and hold it steady, and of course the base of the drop. And you can see the shining gold track that we have as they move across to do the other side of the track. So yeah, it's held into place, it's strapped in one side, they head over the other side and do exactly the same there. But yeah, incredible the way it all fits together with absolute precision. When you think about the size of these parts and you think about the construction and everything involved in this, the fact that it just sort of slots together in different stages really is a feat of engineering. And here is that shot. Here is that shot. Wow. Thank you for joining us here on UK Theme Parks. Really hope you've enjoyed the Hyperia update. We'll be continuing to do these over the close season. If you've liked it, please drop a like. We'll see you next time.